think that we live in this era where people think free speech is free. It's not.
Yeah.
Every single word that comes out of your mouth, there's a cost to it. And you got to be willing to ask yourself, are you willing to pay that price?
Shit. That's that baby Joe shit. It's smoke.
I ain't heard nothing about Charlamagne in a minute. Let's see what the fuck up with Charlamagne going. Charlamagne?
All right, here we go. The mighty return of Charlamagne.
Vlad.
Back on Vlad TV.
What's up, my brother? How are you, man?
I'm good, man.
Out the gate, this nigga look very uncomfortable.
Man, you're my original repeat guest.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was thinking about that the other day when you did Breakfast Club. I'm like, damn, how long have I been doing Vlad? Since like 09?
Yeah, since pretty much the beginning.
Yeah, like 08, 09.
That's pretty much when we started. I mean, I think like Jamar was probably my second repeat guest, but you were my first.
Yeah,
Vlad paid him a lot of money to be here. He still don't like Vlad. Whatever beef they had, something happened. Or he uncomfortable or something. This nigga look uncomfortable as hell. Just saying.
I remember coming here the day I got fired from radio in Philadelphia.
Yeah, so before the Breakfast Club,
Yep.
you were doing Vlad TV.
Absolutely.
Before Wendy Williams, I was featuring you on mixtapes.
Yes, before Wendy Williams, you definitely was putting me on what was the beef mixtapes.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think people don't realize how far it is we go back.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And this is why, like, you know, people like always wonder like the falling out and everything else like that. You know, that was based on some comments you made about me on the Joe Budden show, and I remember it really hurt me. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like this wasn't just professional. It was like,
Vlad, I know you wanted to incorporate it and get whatever happened public. I know you wanted to get whatever happened publicly out publicly. The way you just did that was awkward as fuck. It really hurt me. And rather than talk shit, I'm gonna just give you a little bit more advice how to deal with and address this shit with black folk, especially publicly. When black folk talk shit about people, just in general, there's different levels and degrees of going personal. So let's say I'm friends with Kevin Hart, who talks about how crazy his kids are all the time. And I go on a podcast and I go, man, I was over there with Kevin Hart and his crazy ass kids, man. That's cool. But if you do that with somebody and they're not even going to try to see the comedic side to it. Now, I don't know. I didn't see this interview, so I don't know if it was heinous or whatever. And I can't take away from you how you feel about it. But just understand that when black folk, and I know you know this, and for people who weren't raised like that, people who were raised kind of black and white when it comes to emotions, when it's like, okay, either you say this is this and then this is how you feel when you mean it, or you say this and this is, you know what I'm saying? So like, black folks say a lot of shit where it might hurt you, but we not trying to hurt you. It's just, or we might talk shit, but we not really talking shit. So he looks like he's in the hot seat, but all that to say, really just, man, you could have brought it up like a little bit more jovial in a joking manner. And I know it may have hurt you, but at the end of what you were saying, you could have just reinforced the fact that, hey, man, I know I just wanted to get it off my chest. I did take it this way. It did hurt me. Blase, blase. Out the gate, it hurt me. It's a little feminine.
we were actually friends. We had celebrated a birthday together. I think when
A few times.
Yeah.
A few times.
Yeah, man.
Like,
So-
that's so far I was thinking about. I was thinking about that today too. I'm like, damn, yo, me and Vlad used to do birthday parties together. Now I don't even like to go outside. Like,
We've gotten too famous, man.
No, those were good times. Though, 'cause like back then, that was like, I don't want to say the early stages
feel like a
of
Vlad birthday
anything because
party
it was
would be
like
fun
all
as
of us
hell,
were just
though, I
getting
ain't
our
gonna lie.
footing. But
Yeah.
think about who used to be there. It used to be like Q from World Star,
Yes.
God bless the dead.
Yeah,
Like, you know,
R.I.P.
so like people like that used to be at our birthday party. And I was just thinking how
Q
much.
was at that birthday party. You're
Yeah,
right.
'cause Q used to come to
You're
all,
right.
every birthday party we did. We used to come. I think we did. You and me did 2 of them together.
Yeah, I think so.
But when I first started Breakfast Club, I did like 3 or 4. It was me and Melody Iglesias because her
My
birthday
fault.
was in June. I think your birthday is the 27th,
28.
28th. Mine's the 29th.
Exactly.
And I don't know if I think Q just used to pull up because he used to fuck with us.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy to think like, man, Q not even with us. You're not even with us no more.
Take care of your health, man. You can't be that heavy.
Take care of your health.
Can't be that heavy and think you're going to be around. You know, when I interview people like Dave Blunts or Faison,
Absolutely.
like I talk to him about that on camera and off camera. Because,
See-
I mean, we've seen too many.
See, like, what you're doing right here is what I'm saying is the opposite of what black folk do. So black folk would take this as disrespect. If you would have came off and said, bro, I was talking to Dave Blunts and I'm saying, bro, that shit, you getting too big, bro. Like, that motherfucker, like, if you would have came to it, like, and that, if you come to that shit in that angle, ooh, I'm getting older. I done pulled this shit from underneath the, it ain't a real gut, but damn. Never had to do that before. If you come at niggas in that angle where as it's like, cause that's how black people feel like you care when it comes. They could feel it comes from a place of love. You telling them truth, but at the same time, it's kind of like a jokey joke. But then you reinforce that with the serious statements. So you doing it backwards, you know? Cause when you start off serious and then you do the little laughy jokey joke shit, it comes off as you don't really give a fuck about the person. It comes off as you just laughing at them, as opposed to you awkwardly getting into it. Not because it's not really, it's a touchy subject because it's not you, it's not your life, bro. So you coming into it kind of trying to ease your way into the conversation about it and then reinforcing behind it shows somebody that, okay, they care, but they just didn't know how to talk to me about it. As opposed to this motherfucker just think I'm a fat slob and he trying to tell me I'm a fat slob, but like now he trying to joke with me about it. You know, that makes sense?
People gone. Imagine how big Pun would be right now if he survived.
Oh man,
Be
absolutely.
massive.
Absolutely.
Be absolutely massive.
Absolutely.
Boy, that
But we have
vein
a
on
lot
the
to
side of
talk
his
about.
head is
And
fucking
what's
vicious.
interesting-
Has no one ever, is that a vein or a scar?
I didn't know about this until I actually started doing the research around it. Because you and Drake have always had a funny relationship.
Bro,
And this platform has contributed to a lot of that
Yes.
funny relationship.
Yeah, last time we talked
vein.
about one of the things you said was like, there's gay, there's straight, there's Drake.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
I love that shit, because
Bars.
that nigga there.
What I didn't realize, and this sometimes happens in our line of work, was that you actually ran into a couple security guards who said, and these guys used to be Drake security guards, and according to them, Drake had put a green light on you
Absolutely.
that said that, he said that when they see you, to fuck you up, and he'll cover all the expenses and pay them and whatever
Absolutely.
else. This is
Yeah,
true.
This is a fact. We was at the iHeartRadio Music Festival. I really cannot remember what year it was, but I know that these guys, they were doing security for G-Eazy at the time. I can't remember their names, but I remember how they looked, and they were like massive, like
Monsters.
oh man, I mean, if you trying to put on like a show, like those the guys that you want around you. You know what I mean? And they look like they get busy. They look like they put in some work. And I remember, one of them just came up to me and we just started having a conversation. He told me, he was just like, man, you don't even know. Like, back in the day, it was a go for you. Like, if you, like we had, instructions, like when you see him, do whatever it is you got to do and don't worry about it. And I'm like, what? And then that's when they told me they used to, do security for Drake. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. I've never been delusional. I'm not a delusional person. I'm not one of those people that gets in front of the camera or gets on the microphone and acts like, there's not a cost to everything that comes out of my mouth.
Yeah.
I think that we live in this era where people think free speech is free. It's not.
Yeah.
Every single word that comes out of your mouth, there's a cost to it. And you got to be willing to ask yourself, are you willing to pay that price?
Well, yeah. I mean, the speech is free, but the consequences are not.
Bruh.
Never. Like, you got to be held
You're paying it
accountable.
with the consequences.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
Y'all see this fly? It's like a cat. He playing games with me. He like, oh yeah, he don't want me. Phew. Yeah, I'm about to come back. Phew. I'm all right. Wait till this
people
video
don't
over.
understand that. Like, it's weird to
Wait
me
till
when I
this video
watch,
over.
like,
I'ma fuck
you know,
his ass
folks
up.
that have the YouTube
Yeah.
shows and, you know, the podcasts, you know, the screamers, whoever it is, and they really think that there's such thing as going too far or telling somebody how to react. Like, you have to know every single time you say something, there's going to be a consequence. That consequence isn't always
Absolutely.
violence. That consequence might be a lawsuit. You know, that consequence might be somebody reporting your page, getting your page taken out, whatever it is.
True.
That
The consequence could also just consequence is just a result of an action. It could also be something positive. But like when you have like ill will against people, then it shows. So whether you trying to walk that balance or you don't really know what you're doing, I mean that'll be shown too, but like, you know, like when it comes to shit like this, especially the content area, like, bro, don't take nothing personal. Don't like, and that's from offense and defense. So if somebody's saying something crazy shit about you, bro, don't take it personal, bro. It's internet shit. First comment I ever got was that somebody was gonna kill me. Like, I swear to God, that shit's crazy. Don't take that shit personal, bro. Like, I just made a video laughing about Kanye and Boosie. Like, I'm not. I don't have no. It ain't no ill will against neither one of them. Like, this shit just content, bro. I don't. It's not. So. And a lot of y'all need to not be trying to be friends with everybody, right? And to understand that this shit is just business. Just because it's content and it's not a 9 to 5, everybody ain't your friend. Just like this fly that's about to die.
just lets you know that free speech is not free. There's a price to every word that comes out of your mouth.
Absolutely.
Shit. That's that baby Joe shit. It's smoke.